All right, I want to give a quick overview of how to make a Pratt file that contains multiple objects from your object list. Just quickly, this is really useful if you're doing a complex task that involves multiple things that you might want to share, or let's say submit for an assignment. Okay, so here's an example of an assignment where you're being asked to submit as one file uh, a bunch of recordings. And so I have created a set of sound objects here. You can look into one of them. It doesn't really matter what's in it. You can have any kinds of objects for the kind of thing we're looking at. These happen to be sound objects. And so to save them in a unit together, you select all the things that you want to save together. And under save, you go to binary file, save as binary file. And in here, I have a demo thing, and by default, it puts this dot collection afterwards. And that's just an extension that we see. And I like to leave that in because it tells me that it's a Pratt file that contains a bunch of objects. I might uh, label it something like a project with my name and my ID there and hit save. And then I can see this here in my folder in my operating system. Now, remember, you may have already encountered that Pratt does things a little bit differently in terms of file types interfacing with the operating system. For most programs, for most file types, you can double click that file in the folder and it'll automatically open it up in the appropriate application. Flat files don't work that way. If I try to double click this file that was created, it's going to say, what the heck, select an app. So it's usually much better, if I go in Pratt, say I don't have all these things here, it's much better to just have from Pratt, read from file, the open file thing. You're in your folder, you select that file, you hit open, and it populates the objects list with all the objects that were saved in the first place. So that's really all there is to it when it comes to saving Pratt objects as a group in their own file. And I find that's really convenient. If the person at the other end is going to have to look at them in Pratt anyway, then this file format, which is really only readable by Pratt, is really convenient. If they're going to need to open sound files with some other application, it's better to save the sound files separately. There are other types of files that Pratt saves. Some of them can be saved as text files, which means you can manually inspect it, so that can be handy. But if the specific use is I want to save a bunch of things for someone else to open specifically in Pratt, then this collection file, save as a binary file, a whole bunch of things together, is a really convenient option. So I hope that helped. That's all for now.